Well, good morning, everybody. It's an absolute gorgeous day. One of those days without a cloud in the sky. But I bought myself a weather station. I've got to give you a little rundown on it. Tell you the do's and don'ts, so you don't screw up like I did. So I went online. I wanted a decent one. The old one we've got, every time you get a bad storm, it stops working. Today it's working fine. The weather's good. It's got something to do with the weather and the humidity. I don't know. But the old one is that one sitting on top of the pole right there. And I even forget the make of it. They sell them at Walmart, Lowe's. It's $100, you know, give or take. So I went online. I want something better. So I found this Davis weather suite. Well, I never thought much about it. I thought, that's a cock, I'm gonna buy it. And it was on sale from $350 to $351 or $350 or something. I don't know, right around $300. I says, hell, that ain't bad. A lot of money, but I wanted one because I was sick of not knowing how much rain we're getting on the farm. Because every time it rained, like I say, the other one stops working. So I go ahead, I order this Davis weather suite, and it's nice. You know, it's just a simple version. It does your wind and, you know, all that. And up there on that pole, way up in the air, that's the anemometer and the wind speed indicator. I mean, wind direction indicator. And that is on a 20.5-foot pole with double braces on it, because I put one brace on it and it gets an oscillation. The top will go and then this will bow and it gets this oscillation going. So when I put my second brace on, it stopped it 100%. So we're pretty good there. And the book says it's supposed to be at 10 meters. I actually haven't never measured this, so I can tell right now that that's a foot above that. So we'll see here just how high this is. Oh, shoot. I gotta set this camera down a minute here. You hang on a minute. Well, it's 9 feet from down here to the top of the wood. 13 inches there. So we got a good 10 feet. And then that is 20.5 feet. And the anemometer is just about a foot above the top of the pipe. So we got 10, 21, 22. Yeah, we'll call it 32 feet, I mean, because this is 20. Yeah, 32 feet. They're supposed to be 33 feet. So that's as close as I could get with what I had to work with. And I could have ran it up another foot, but I was worried about having too much stick out on the top, which you can have a problem with getting an oscillation going. And especially in high winds, which we get once every couple of years. We might get a 60, 70 mile an hour wind here. Not a lot, but you know. So anyway, do I like it? Well, I'll tell you what happened. Got to tell you the whole story. I'm going to go into the house. I'll show you the rest of the problem. So I ordered that weather suite. I was all excited. Didn't take long to get it. 6, 7 days, something. It shows up, and I was like a kid in a candy store, you know. I opened it up. Daggone thing. I'm going through it, and where the monitor is supposed to be in the box, there's just a hole there. And I says, well, that's kind of odd. There didn't be no monitor, so I'm thinking, Jesus, they got screwed up, you know. 1 out of 1,000, right? Mine didn't get packed or something. So I went back and got online, went back to where I'd bought it, and really started reading, paying attention to what I was buying. And I was buying just the outside weather suite, no console included. So I go on to the Scientific something was the site that I bought it off. I go on there and they have extra displays that you can buy for standalone. So I did a lot of reading, make sure I got the right one, and I ordered one. And it was pretty pricey. I paid a little more ordering 2 of them, or the 2 pieces separate, by about $20 than I would have if I'd have bought it all together. I mean, it might have been a little more than that, but anyway, it doesn't matter. I'm going to shut you off a minute here. I'm going to do the other part in about 5 minutes. Carol's just finishing up vacuuming. You don't want to hear that, so I'll shut you off. I'll bring you back in a second. Okay, so I'm in the house here. This right here is the old system that we had, and it works right now. You can see it's got 2 bars on the battery. When the weather turns bad and we get a storm, that right there will go to 0 and it'll stop working. Does it every time. And I don't know what causes it. We do like this. For the money, you can't beat it if you get one that works. We bought one about 6 years ago and it lasted like 4 years. So that's like $25 a year before the batteries went bad. And finally the anemometer broke on top, and bought a second one. Had nothing but trouble on the second one. It hasn't been good. And so that's an Accurite, the first one, the old one that we had. This new one is a Vantage Pro 2. And, you know, it's by Davis. You can see the biggest difference on these, and I like this one better. This one here sends you a signal of wind speed about every 20 to 30 seconds. It's a long time between the two. So you'll notice this one says 1 on it now. It just changed. This one will say 0. There's something going on with the air currents going over the greenhouses. It seems to speed up the velocity down low to the ground. So that's kind of a, you know, it's not correct really. But you can see this one says average speed of 1 mile an hour. And this one says average speed of 2 miles an hour. It's because this one is taking readings every 2.5 seconds. And it comes back quite fast. See, now it's reading 0. And like if it changes every 2.5 seconds, it will move. But you can't really tell unless, yeah, now it's back up to 1. So anyway, if you go to the peak, which you have, that's the only thing I don't like about this. This one here has your peak always right there and your average right here. So it's a nice laid out little system. This one, if you want to know what the peak was in the last hour, you have to come over here and hit high and low, which is this one right here. And you hit it and it will tell you that it was a 7 mile an hour wind. Then you go down here and just hit done, and it goes back to its regular reading again. Where this one here says the peak was a 6 mile an hour. So this one, I don't think we ever got anything over 29 miles an hour on this one, 28 or 29 in all the years we've had it. And the other day it said that we had a peak of 20 or 21 miles an hour on this one. This one here had a 30 mile an hour wind gust, because this one you get the high wind gusts and it goes up and back before it takes another reading. This one here, every 2.5 seconds, it's getting you reading. So am I happy with this Vantage Pro 2, even though it pushes pretty close to $500 plus or minus a little? Yeah, I'd buy another one. I'll know a lot better in a year, you know. But so far, yeah, I like it a lot. Just don't fall into the little, it weren't really a trap. I just didn't pay attention. Make sure that you buy the whole system. Don't just buy the suite if you don't already have one, because you'll get into trouble with that. You can run 2 of these on the same machine. It's another $160, $70, whatever it is. And you can put one of these like out in the greenhouse, you know, in other places. Mine's wireless. They do sell them wired. Anyway, this isn't, I'm not affiliated with a company. They didn't give me nothing to do this, but I am happy with it. I'd buy another one. And so that's my little opinion on the Davis Vantage Pro 2. We like it a lot. And yeah, we got 2 mile an hour wind. Nice day out there today. 26 degrees. So yeah, hope you enjoyed. Talk to you later. Don't hesitate to subscribe.